Licensure Examination for Teachers. Subject: the teaching profession and social dimensions of education, general education, for both elementary and secondary. Topic: the teacher and the community. Question number 1. According to the Code of Ethics for Professional Teachers, the teacher's commitment to the community is primarily governed by which specific article? A. Article 3, the teacher and the community. B. Article 5, the teacher and the profession. C. Article 9, the teacher and the parents. D. Article 11, the teacher as a person. Correct answer: A. Article 3, the teacher and the community. Why A is correct? The Code of Ethics is explicitly structured by the teacher's relationship with various entities. Article 3 is dedicated solely to defining the professional teacher's responsibilities and conduct regarding the community and the state. Why the wrong answers are wrong? B. Article 5 focuses on the teacher's relationship with colleagues and the profession itself. C. Article 9 focuses on the relationship with parents, who are technically part of the community but warrant their own specific rules. D. Article 11 focuses on the teacher's conduct as an individual, personal dignity, behavior. Edge knowledge. The code is logically organized. Look for the matching keywords. The question asks for the community article, therefore, the answer is Article 3. Question number 2. A teacher is expected to be a social agent of change within the community. This role primarily mandates the teacher to A. Organize and lead all local government political campaigns. B. Initiate and participate in community movements that promote the welfare of the people. C. Remain neutral and avoid involvement in any community activities. D. Focus exclusively on professional duties inside the school campus. Correct answer: B. Initiate and participate in community movements that promote the welfare of the people. Why B is correct? Article 3, Section 6 states that every teacher is an intellectual leader in the community, and shall therefore be a vigilant and responsible professional. This duty requires active participation in community life and the promotion of activities that support social well-being and progress. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. While political involvement is a right, leading all campaigns is excessive and could compromise professional impartiality. C and D. These advocate for isolation, which directly violates the ethical mandate for the teacher to be an intellectual leader and social agent in the community. Edge knowledge. Think active role. The teacher's commitment to the community is active and positive. The correct answer is always the one that involves participation, leadership, and promotion of welfare, progress. Question number 3. Teacher A, a respected public school teacher, is asked to campaign openly for a local political candidate by speaking at rallies. According to the Code of Ethics, what is the teacher's professional responsibility regarding partisan politics? A. The teacher must participate, as it is a civic duty. B. The teacher may campaign openly, as long as it is done outside of school hours. C. The teacher shall not engage in any political activity, whether partisan or nonpartisan. D. The teacher has the right to vote but shall not use their official position to engage in partisan political activities. Correct answer: D. The teacher has the right to vote but shall not use their official position to engage in partisan political activities. Why D is correct? Article 3, Section 5 affirms the teacher's right to exercise all constitutional rights, including voting, but explicitly states that the teacher shall not use his position or official authority or influence to coerce any other person to follow any political course of action. The teacher must remain apolitical in their professional capacity. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A and B. Openly campaigning, especially at rallies, risks compromising the teacher's professional neutrality and using their influence in a partisan manner, which is frowned upon and often prohibited for civil servants, even outside of official hours. C. Incorrect. Teachers are encouraged to participate in nonpartisan, civic activities, like voter registration drives. Edge knowledge. The key word is partisan. For professional teachers, civil servants, the rule is civic rights yes, voting, expressing opinions, partisan action no, campaigning, endorsing, coercing. Question number 4. The code mandates that a teacher shall maintain a dignified personality. In the context of the community, this primarily requires the teacher to A. Dress in formal attire, barong Tagalog or Filipiniana, at all times. B. Avoid any form of indebtedness, gambling, or questionable financial dealings. C. Abstain from all forms of social interaction outside of school. D. Only socialize with professionals of equal or higher educational standing. Correct answer. B. Avoid any form of indebtedness, gambling, or questionable financial dealings. Why B is correct? Article 11. The teacher as a person. Section 3 emphasizes maintaining dignity and meriting social recognition. Section 4 explicitly states that the teacher shall not engage in any disgraceful or immoral act, nor should he become a notorious gambler or attempt to pay debts by means of threats. Financial irresponsibility is a direct threat to personal dignity and community respect. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A. While professional attire is important, this is too rigid and is not the primary focus of maintaining dignity, which relates to character. C. And D. These are socially prohibitive and run counter to the teacher's role as a community leader. Edge knowledge. Think credibility and character. The fastest way a teacher can lose community respect is through visible moral failure or financial irresponsibility, scandals. This is what the Dignity Clause primarily guards against. Question number 5. Teacher B discovers that a community leader is spreading false, malicious rumors about the school's principal. According to the code, the teacher's professional duty towards the school administration and colleagues is to A. Privately counsel the community leader to stop spreading the rumors. B. Defend the school and the administration from unwarranted attacks. C. Inform the principal, but remain silent publicly to avoid conflict. D. Join the community leader to expose potential flaws in the administration. Correct answer. B. Defend the school and the administration from unwarranted attacks. Why B is correct? Article 4. The teacher in the profession. Section 3 states, a teacher shall, at all times, be loyal to the legitimate policies of the school and the administration, and shall not make any false accusations or charges against colleagues, except when the welfare of the service is at stake. Loyalty to the school system requires defending it against false, unwarranted external attacks. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A and C. These are passive actions. The teacher is mandated to be an active defender of the institution's integrity. D. This is a severe ethical violation, as it would mean actively engaging in making false accusations against an employer. Edge knowledge. Think loyalty and defense. When the school or a colleague is being falsely, maliciously attacked, the teacher's first ethical duty is to loyalty and defense of the institution's reputation. Question number 6. When a teacher participates in community health drives or environmental cleanups, they are demonstrating their ethical responsibility to the community by serving as A. A financial contributor. B. A source of free labor. C. An intellectual and moral guide. D. A neutral observer. Correct answer. C. An intellectual and moral guide. Why C is correct? Article 3, Section 6 positions the teacher as an intellectual leader and guide. Participation in activities like cleanups or health drives models the values of civic responsibility, moral behavior, and community concern that the teacher is tasked with transmitting. Why the wrong answers are wrong? A and B. These trivialize the teacher's role, focusing on physical or monetary contribution rather than the profound influence on values and behavior. D. The teacher's role is inherently active and influential. Edge knowledge. The teacher's influence is primarily normative. By participating, they are not just cleaning a street, they are modeling civic virtue and moral behavior for students and the community. Question number 7. The barangay captain is organizing a fun run to raise funds for the local daycare center. The captain asks teacher C to announce the event in class and require all students to bring 50 pesos as a registration fee. What should teacher C do, guided by ethical principles? A. Decline the request, as it involves soliciting funds directly from students. B. Follow the request since the funds are for a legitimate community cause. C. Announce the event and encourage participation, but make the contribution voluntary. D. Ask the principal for permission, and if granted, proceed with the mandatory collection. Correct answer. C. Announce the event and encourage participation, but make the contribution voluntary. Why C is correct? Teachers are encouraged to participate in community projects, Article 3, Section 6. However, mandatory collection or coercion, especially from students, is highly unethical and violates the spirit of fairness and non-exploitation, Article 8, Section 7. The ethical compromise is to support the cause but ensure the participation is entirely voluntary. Why the wrong answers are wrong. A. Declining entirely is too passive. The teacher should still support the cause, the event itself. B. And D. Making the contribution mandatory violates ethical standards against forced contributions, regardless of the cause's legitimacy or the principal's permission. Edge knowledge. The ethical constraint on the teacher is coercion, mandatory fees. The word require or mandatory immediately flags the action as unethical, regardless of the good cause. The correct action must always include the word voluntary. Question number 8. The Code of Ethics states that a teacher shall establish and maintain harmonious and cordial relations with the parents. The primary purpose of this relationship, in an educational context, is to A. Ensure that teachers are well liked by the community. B. Secure support for the learner's maximum development. C. Recruit parents as volunteers for extracurricular activities. D. Prevent parental complaints against the school administration. Correct answer. B. Secure support for the learner's maximum development. Why B is correct. Article 9, Section 1 emphasizes that the teacher shall establish a closer working relationship with parents in order to secure full cooperation and for the proper guidance of the children. The ultimate goal is always the student's well-being and success. Why the wrong answers are wrong. A, C, and D. These are secondary or self-serving reasons. The core ethical principle in the teacher-parent relationship is that their combined efforts must focus on the learner's growth and development. Edge knowledge. The pupil, learner is the central focus of the entire code of ethics. In any question involving parents or the community, the correct answer must always bring the focus back to the student's welfare and development. Question number 9. Teacher D, along with other community members, wishes to conduct a peaceful assembly near the municipal hall to protest against a new local tax ordinance that affects school funding. This action is protected by the teacher's right to A. Collective bargaining. B. Academic freedom. C. Freedom of assembly. D. Right to due process. Correct answer. C. Freedom of assembly. Why C is correct. Protesting a local ordinance via a peaceful public gathering falls squarely under the fundamental constitutional right to peaceful assembly and petition the government for redress of grievances. This right is retained by teachers as citizens. Why the wrong answers are wrong. A. Collective bargaining. The right of labor unions to negotiate with management over terms and conditions of employment. B. Academic freedom. Pertains to instruction and research, primarily in higher education. D. Right to due process. The right to fair treatment in the legal and judicial system. Edge knowledge. Think civic rights. The teacher retains all rights as a citizen. Public gathering to express grievance. Freedom of assembly. Question number 10. A teacher, aiming to contextualize lessons on local history, invites a longtime community elder to share stories and artifacts with the class. This practice effectively utilizes the community as A. Financial patron. B. Disciplinary aid. C. Extended classroom. D. Recruitment center. Correct answer. C. Extended classroom. Why C is correct. By using the elder's knowledge and the local environment as teaching resources, the teacher is literally extending the boundaries of the learning environment beyond the four walls of the school, utilizing the community as a valuable extended classroom or learning resource center. Why the wrong answers are wrong. A, B, and D. These are highly narrow or incorrect functions. The primary and positive educational function of the community is to serve as a rich, authentic source of knowledge and experience. Edge knowledge. The teacher's duty is to make education relevant and contextualized. Using community history and resources is the core technique of community-based learning, which views the local environment as an extended classroom. If this video gave you an edge, sharpen that like button and subscribe to stay ahead.